I'm attending every Grand Prix with the world's first F1 season ticket, and this was my experience in Miami. Hello from Saturday morning in Miami in our hotel room. My plus one for this weekend, Tom, is currently in the shower, and after that we're going to head off towards the track for sprint day and also for qualifying day. I'm going to take you along with me and show you everything that goes on an F1 weekend and on an F1 sprint weekend. Yesterday we were also at the track on the Friday. I didn't film quite as much for this video, purely because I was focusing on some short form content that hopefully you've seen by now, but if you haven't, be sure to go and check that out on this channel or on Instagram or on TikTok. And now we're back today with the full vlog on the Saturday and the Sunday. Hopefully tomorrow all goes ahead okay. There's thunderstorms forecast at the moment. Rumours that they might move the race forward, but I don't mind as long as the race happens, because after a month off, it would be a bit disappointing if, the race didn't go ahead or didn't go ahead fully as planned. So fingers crossed for that. But yeah, we've got the whole of today first, so let's go and enjoy it. I think the weather's going to be sunny today, which will be nice. It was boiling hot yesterday, so we'll see if it's similar today at the circuit. And one more thing, I've actually found a very good use finally for this t-shirt that I found in TK Maxx last year, which is like a Miami Mercedes George Russell t-shirt. I'm a Leclerc fan, but it's a cool t-shirt and I'm in Miami, so it's on for today. As we walk into the station, thought we may as well get our predictions in now. Starting with Tom, so pole position.
Lando Norris.
Matching the sprint quali. Third place in the race.
Russell.
Second.
I think Lando's in on second.
Okay, and then the winner.
Hamilton. I think it's his first win. He's going to do it.
It would be first win in Ferrari. I wouldn't mind it. So for me, I'm going to go pole position Antonelli.
Cool.
I'm going to go third Lando, second Antonelli, first place Charles Leclerc.
Fair play.
We've both gone for a Ferrari win. I would take either of them results.
While we're both wearing Mercedes.
Yeah, good point. Luckily, we were staying within walking distance of the Brightline Aventura station, where they were running a free shuttle to the circuit each day. Didn't have to queue either, and after a 20-minute drive, arrived to one of the parking lots, which happened to be the same parking lot that Formula 2 were using as their paddock. Pretty cool welcome to the Miami circuit. Onwards through one of the many entrance gates and into the exact area that I'm pointing at. We are now up in the Heineken Silver Veranda, which is very cool, and I will show you that just in a second. But I thought, if you haven't seen my videos before and you haven't seen full-time Formula before, just a quick intro into what full-time Formula is. So last year I attended every single race on a budget whilst working full-time. It was always my bucket list dream, and I did it for just over £20,000. Off the back of that, I was making short-form videos and posting it on Instagram, TikTok, and then Heineken got in touch towards the end of last season saying they want to create the first ever season ticket for 2026, and that is now why I'm here and why I was at the first 3 races and why I'll be at all the other races, because they very kindly have given me the first season ticket for this season. There's going to be one for next year as well, which a fan can win, but pretty surreal that I'm the first ever person to have one of these. So yeah, absolutely incredible. So that is why we're in the start-finish grandstand, and that is why we're at the event. But then also Heineken US have reached out about this Heineken Silver Veranda and given us extra access into here to have a look at what it's like up here, the view from up here, and then we can compare it to our normal grandstand seats over on the start-finish straight. So I think we'll watch the sprint from up here, and then we'll head back to the start-finish straight for qualifying later. But yeah, there's a quick intro. Let me show you around. Here comes Tommy boy, Heineken in hand. Cheers.
Chris.
And here is the view. So you've got where you can see the Cadillac grandstand in the distance, that's turn 1, and then it comes down to turn 3 by this Pirelli sign here. And then the veranda goes all the way down. We're currently on the 2nd floor. There's 3 floors to this. And there's assigned seats down at the front as well, which is pretty cool. So if I come down here, there it is, the Hard Rock Stadium. The view down after turn 3, and the view back up to turn 3. So hopefully we have an exciting sprint race here in a second. You've also got the straight, which goes past turn 10. So this side's not quite as good of a view, but still pretty close to the track. And I imagine the cars will be flying past here pretty quick. yeah, pretty cool to have this access as well. So thank you to Heineken US and to the Miami Grand Prix for allowing us in here to have a little look. Cars are out on track ahead of the sprint. Let's go. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. It's been a long time without F1. Sprint over, and I can't believe how slow the Mercedes were. I feel like Ferrari were faster, McLaren were definitely faster, even Verstappen. So that's interesting, isn't it? A month off, maybe this will change. The title battle is on between different teams. Anyway, now that that's over, I'll show you around what it's like in some of the different areas around the Hard Rock Stadium and the Miami Grand Prix event. This is the East Campus, which is one of many campuses at this event, and after walking through the East Campus, you arrive to Motorsport Alley. Pretty awesome to be able to walk through a fully functional Porsche Carrera Cup paddock before heading up towards the stadium. Now, this is definitely one of the most unique things about the Miami Grand Prix, and that's coming into the stadium and just looking into the paddock itself, which anyone can do with any ticket. And I think it's pretty awesome to have a little look and, sorry, it's quite loud music in here. To have a little look and see if you can spot famous faces. And yeah, normally something you can't do at an F1 race. You have to have a paddock pass to look into the paddock. But here, come and sit in the stadium, where it's a bit cooler as well, because it is boiling today outside. Have a look into the paddock and relax in between sessions. Pretty cool. Now for some food, and I'm normally a sucker for a burger, but decided to try and keep it a bit healthier this meal and went for some sushi instead. I really enjoyed those Galaxy rolls, but not quite as much as I enjoyed listening to these Porsches. We're back on the move after some food and now heading towards the beach section of the track. And this is another of those many campuses that are all themed based on their name. This was one of many food halls at the event with lots of cuisine options, but prices were on the higher side compared to other races. So that is the beach section of the Miami Grand Prix, and now heading back over the bridge towards the start-finish straight, where we're going to watch qualifying from and probably fry in this sunshine. Now en route back to that grandstand and going past this pretty cool graffiti helmet, and behind the helmet you've got a bunch of different food options available in what is the North Campus. So I'll give you a quick view of me, hello, and then also the various food stalls up here. And there's then more further down. There's genuinely food everywhere at this Grand Prix, and quite a selection of different cuisines as well. Shawarma, chicken, Italian, burgers, just at this bit. But yeah, the choice is pretty endless if you're willing to walk far enough for this Grand Prix. And this is what I was on about. I've not even reached my seat still. We have another food hall with another load of selection in terms of food and drinks. And qualifying is literally starting in 5 minutes, so I better go. No, I wasn't wrong about frying in the sunshine. It was so hot in that start-finish straight grandstand. The lack of wind and relentless sunshine really got us before Kimi got pole and Max managed to put his Red Bull on the front row. So that rounds off our Saturday at the Miami Grand Prix. See you tomorrow, when I think will probably be a lot wetter. Well, not quite yet. We've just arrived on Sunday to the track, and it's actually quite sunny and warm right now, which is odd because it was meant to be pissing with rain all day. And it was pissing with rain earlier, so we'll see what it's like in a bit. But right now, we're looking pretty good for a race, which I'm very glad about after this month about F1. So yeah, fingers crossed. But first, let's get some food, and then we just enjoy the driver's parade and enjoy some of the action. But of course, before some of that action, some more sushi, and then we headed over to the start-finish straight in preparation for the race. spotted so many celebs and famous faces on this grid. Of course, all of the drivers as well. There goes Lewis Hamilton. Cadillac ambassador and big F1 fan Terry Crews making his way through. And quite literally, another one spotting DJ Khaled.
It's the busiest grid I've ever seen.
What an epic flyover, and now time for the formation lap and the Miami Grand Prix. What a chaotic start, topped off by Gasly's flip and Hadjar in the wall. The tone was set for a very exciting race, but I cannot believe what happened to Leclerc on the final lap.
Oh my God.
For what a race that was. Did not expect that. Didn't even rain in the end, and it was still a cracking race. So much fun. I also thought that I might be able to break my Ferrari curse there. At the start, Leclerc leading, I was thinking, oh my word, it's on. After 28 races live as a fan, I might finally be able to see the Ferrari win again. And it didn't happen. And they didn't even get a podium, and then he span at the end. Oh. It's going to happen this season. It's got to happen this season. Anyway, we'll be back to the veranda now from the start finish straight. Grab some final bits of food and drink, I think, before we head off. And hopefully miss the storm on the way back, because I think that is still set to come in, so we could be in for a wet journey home. It actually turned out that rain and storm never really came of anything, so now time to indulge in a skinny Louis burger.
I didn't know that they've opened the track.
Yeah, do you want to go off it? When they opened it, everyone was sprinting, so you have to go around the other side of the podium. So everyone legged it down there. I've not been on this one before. First time on this track. Sad times. It's Leclerc's spin right in front of our eyes. My prediction was Leclerc first, which was wrong. Anthony second, which was wrong. Norris third, which was wrong.
And mine was?
Hamilton first, wrong. Norris second, I think, isn't he?
Correct.
Fuck.
I think Russell third, which is wrong. So I got a point.
So we both got 1 point. That's a disgrace. At 1 point, I was getting 4. I finally got a prediction point on the board and another time marble to add to the collection at home.
Thanks to guys for Casey on the saxophone.
That's where we were. It was then unfortunately time to head off after a brilliant weekend at the Miami Grand Prix. Definitely glad I'm not sitting in this traffic though. It's funny how it was quite slow. Once you reach that point, it just moves continuously. Instead, it was back to the Brightline coach queue, which took roughly 15 minutes for us before we were on a coach, which is brilliant for such a busy event. I enjoyed this event even more than I did in 2025. It really is very well organised, and I'm sure the fact it was an exciting race helped my enjoyment as well. We made it Krog Pits, and to finish the day, I decided to take matters into my own hands to get Ferrari some sort of victory. Got a race. Please. Thanks so much for watching, and please do subscribe as there's plenty more on the way from every race this season. You lost.
Miss Sheffield.